Hello, namaste, salam, sat sri akal. My name is Kiran Ahluwalia, and I'm a musician. I'm a singer and a composer. I write my own songs, and my songs are a reflection of my character, which is Indian and Canadian. I'm an Indo-Canadian. I was born in India, brought up in Canada. But I'm also a citizen of the world, and so the entire world is there for me to be influenced by. And my latest influence is music from the Sahara Desert, and so I kind of call my music Indo-Saharan music because it has so much influence from the Sahara Desert, the part of the Sahara that falls in Mali, in Algeria, in Morocco. I started learning Indian music when I was a child in India, and the first people who taught me were my parents. And my parents were ghazal singers, so they would sing ghazal, and I would always have ghazals. I'd always be hearing ghazal. But the very first type of music that I learned was actually Shabad Kirtan from the Sikh religion. It was Shabad Kirtan, and so that's the first thing I learned. And then I started learning Indian classical music in India. And then my parents migrated to Canada, and I was young, and they found an Indian teacher in Toronto, and I continued to learn Indian music as an extracurricular activity all throughout school and throughout my university. And then when I finished my university at the University of Toronto, I came back to India to be a full-time music student. So, talking about the place that my music occupies in Canada is an interesting topic because in Canada you have mainstream pop music, and I'm not a mainstream pop artist. For one, I'm not singing in English or French, which are the official languages of Canada. So Indian music is part of this scene called the world music scene, and everything that is not English or French is lumped into this category of world music. African music, Chinese music, Japanese, we're all lumped into world music. And there is a nice small audience for world music in Canada, and this is, and then there's also the actual Indian South Asian audience in Canada as well. So in Canada there are people who are Indian and Pakistani who listen to my music, to come to my concerts, and there's this other segment of society that listens to music from different kinds of cultures. So I'd been doing music for a while. As a full-time musician, I'd been working for a number of years. And my first CD was nominated for a Juno, which is basically the highest award that Canada gives to its musicians. It's like a Canadian Grammy, and it's called a Juno. My first CD was nominated, and my second CD won a Juno. And this was really an amazing feeling, because once I received this honor in Canada, like to get that Juno Award in Canada, I was then able to launch an international career in America, in Europe. So that was one really, kind of turning point for me, emotionally as well as logistically for a career. And then I ended up getting a second Juno for my fifth CD as well. So it's nice to have that kind of recognition as well in Canada. really happy to be here in India and singing, presenting my music here in India.